Hey family, Naisha back on with the word. And this was also something that the Lord has really just been pressing in on me about. And I've come to the conclusion that we have here on like earthly. Okay, let's get to it, y'all. Listen up, y'all. Listen. Since forever we've been hearing these are the last days, these are the last times. We living in the last days, right? Y'all, we don't even have the earth don't even have 100 years left. And honestly, like that's like I can still call that my lifetime because I'm 24, and if it be the Lord's will, I can live to 124. Like in Genesis, it said that the Lord he cut down man's lifespan to 120 years. So if it be the Lord's will, I can live to 124 years old, right? I don't believe that we have 100 years left on this earth, and that's pretty soon. If you really think about that, how soon that is, that means a child right now that's 1 years old, this is their lifetime. And the word that I just uploaded before this one titled "The Last Dance." Literally, it's all just y'all. It's all just moving and fitting. And this is the thing when we talk about things of this nature, like we speak about like Matthew 24, where we hear when Jesus said, when you see these things taking place, these signify the end times, right? And he was talking about wars, rumors of wars, nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines and pestilence, earthquakes. Like he was talking about the love of many growing cold, lawlessness being increased. He said, just like when you can tell it's finna be summer, you can tell it's finna be winter. He said, take this as a lesson to know. In Matthew 24, starting at verse 33, it says, so likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. I really do believe this is the last dance, like the Lord said. And I have to, because he said it. And it's also taking out the shock value. You know, when we hear certain things, I know I've been privy to this, where I've heard something that the Lord has spoke to me before, right? And then it'll come to pass later, and I'll be like, oh dang, and it'll be like, duh, God said it. So he really calling us to take the shock value out of things too. Like, stop being so surprised when stuff happened that he said was gonna happen. Like, don't be so surprised at this stuff because he said it. That's like in the word it says, don't. It says, count it all joy when diverse temptations come. Like when this stuff come, be joyful for the simple fact of he said it. Our Father said this. And then it's also made me just think, I just want to bring y'all into my world for a second, right? When we hear these words like conspiracy theory, right? It just make you really just look at this world a whole lot differently, because people go to great lengths. And I've seen this. They go to great lengths to deceive people. They do. And this came about because was in prayer about the Antichrist, right? Like, who is this? Like, reveal this to me, right? And when the Antichrist was revealed unto me multiple times, it was just more so like, wow. So when I went to do research on the Antichrist's wife, it showed up something along the lines of, oh, this has been plagiarized. This has been fact checked. So basically, don't worry about it because people just talking. And I was just thinking, like, who cares that much that if somebody calling your wife a transgender, why would somebody care to correct the internet if you know it's false, right? People go to great lengths to deceive you. Now, if somebody would have been reading that, be like, oh, well, they already fact checked, and I'm going to just leave it alone. Like, when I literally saw this, y'all, that it said it has been fact checked, that yeah, it has been fact checked that Michelle Obama is not a man. Like, when it said this, I was like, now who goes to lengths to do that if it's not true? And then think about this. Even if y'all don't want to go on this grand scale, think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where, say, like, I'm just use me. I remember, like, coming up as a teenager, when stuff used to happen, you'd be like, oh, oh, I want you to call me in like 5 minutes. Like, say you want to leave a situation. I want you to call me in like 5 minutes. Make it sound like it's urgent. Now, don't act like I'm the only one. I know y'all did this. I want you to make it sound like it's an emergency so I can leave because I don't want to be here, right? That's going to great lengths to deceive somebody, right? We don't think about that, but that's deception. Just like I was just reminded of how like it just left me. It just left me that quick. But people go to great lengths to deceive you. You better wake up. Like we real life. If you never watched the movie Matrix, we real life living in a matrix. But those of us who have been born again, we see the matrix for what it really is. And this, as far as going to conspiracy theory, it's funny and it's amazing at the same time now how a lot of the things that God spoke about in the Bible that he said would happen, that the world calls conspiracy theory. The only theory I can think of, like off the bat of my head, like the Big Bang Theory, like is a complete lie. Because I read in Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So for them to say all of this stuff happened, and then even the things that happen, like when they say when certain things been spotted, like UFOs or whatever the case may be, when this stuff has been spotted, I think I'm probably talking too much. Like, y'all, they've been after me, like on some real stuff. Like, y'all thinking, oh, they've been after me. Like, I've been getting strikes on my YouTube channel. I don't know if y'all watch other videos where I've talked about this. I've been literally getting strikes on my YouTube channel. And I just pray to God that this video don't get striked, because the next strike or whatever they gonna do is gonna delete the page. But man, I just gotta be obedient and come on and share. Y'all, wake up, wake up, wake up. Like, we don't have 100 years left on this earth, y'all. Like, honestly, if I'm like being 100, look, if I'm being 100 for real, I think we even got less than 100 years left. Like, that is soon. Even like I see people like my age and younger dying, like in car accidents or getting killed, and you would think like, wow, like look how life just came to an abrupt stop for them, right? Just think of, like the word says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Like, I don't believe we have 100 years left, y'all. I just don't. It don't align with what Jesus said. And Jesus is not a liar. And God is not man that he shall lie. So when you see this stuff, and this is another thing too, family. When you start seeing certain things unfolding that the Bible speak about, don't try to make it make sense. Like, Jesus said this. He already said that all of this stuff, even about the AntiChrist, he already said all of this. The best thing for all of us to do at this point is to stay encouraged, keep your faith in Jesus Christ, because he did also say in the last days there will be a great falling away where people would basically give up at the last stretch. The word says, run the race with endurance, meaning go all the way. Don't get to the tape and turn around. Like, that don't make sense. Run the race with endurance and with the faith that God has given. But y'all, again, I'm just a messenger.